Welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have any questions or comments, we have multiple ways we can be reached.
Around?
That is one of the ways. Twitter is, of course, the best way for those of you that need instant gratification in this millennial-based world. And, of course, the show's Twitter feed is at Skimpod. That's SKIMPOD. For the more patient amongst you, which is none of us, let's be honest, the email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Crunchy, again, being spelled with a K. We're also available via Apple Podcast, something I've never heard of, Stitcher Radio. Are any of you still using that shit? TuneIn Radio, whatever the fuck that is, I couldn't tell you. Google Play, I've heard of that. I don't use it, but if you do, thank you. Spotify, now that one I use, so find us on there. I know we're on there. And of course, at the website, stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Now I ask that you please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show, because honestly, I don't do that shit. And I need someone to pick up my slack. Now, I hear that there is a group of people here that collectively discuss music, and they provide for you, yes you, a pod called Cast. It's a musical discussion show built on a hip-hop foundation, which seems to be what makes the musical world turn these days, and I hear it's pretty swell. Our personal Twitters are Tatum216, Lunchbox2099, The Real ODP, and your host, Internet's Tasty Tayrell 713. Do they always have these veggies up on the salad bar?
I feel like sometimes.
They've been having them more and more lately.
We'll switch it up. Start getting some veg. What's the stuff right there in betwixt the beans?
Cauliflower.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm trying to eat more vegetables regardless.
In general, but but the fact that you have an option here is what I mean. What ho and such forth and so on. It's Stays Crunchy Milk episode 291. The road to 300 continues forward unabated. We're in 200 Public Square as always. Getting our lunch on.
As always, except for those times when we're not.
When I'm not, I'll let you know we're not. So there you go. Nearly always. How about that? And we out here doing the damn thing.
We're like a weekend dad.
Go on.
We're there for you always, except when we're not.
Oh man, weekend dad, the worst. It's been such an interesting week already. I'm sad you're not going to hear this for like a couple of weeks afterwards, because like though it will seem late, I think it's interesting to talk about it while it's still hot out here. This college bribing RICO situation got me all fucked up. I'm so amused by it.
I wish we still played music so we could play RICO by Drake and Meek Mill. And the fact that Aunt Becky is part of the RICO thing.
I love Lori Loughlin so much too.
Had people wilding out here, man. That's why Twitter proved to be such a delight to this particular situation. And I saw a tweet today that I was like, well, I've never read anything more truthful in my entire life. He goes, I will never tell my children again they got to work twice as hard to get half as much, because motherfuckers out here just buying their way into school. Fuck that noise, man. you do what you want to do in this life. I'm like, that is an accurate synopsis of the situation. Because that's some shit I've been told my entire life. You know what I'm saying? You black, so you got to work twice as hard to get half as much, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, nah, son. Turns out, it's so dumb though, man. She paid $500,000 to get her kid into USC. It's not too exclusive a school. That's enough money to buy a building. Literally could have just donated a building to the school. Instead, what she did was this Lori,
the most egregious one.
Yeah. Instead, what she did was set her kid up to pretend she was on a crew team. Got pictures taken to get her in school on not even a cruise scholarship. She didn't get a scholarship. She like literally just bought this whole package and bribed the right people to have her accepted into a school that she don't want to go to. Like constantly, if you see her on her social media, it's just it's like, I guess I'm going to school, but you know what I'm saying? which is just unnecessary because guess what? Your parents are rich. You don't need a gig. And they are wealthy in the ways where, like, you're going to be wealthy for generations to come. So I'm just like, yeah, you really did waste $500,000. Well, I mean, I guess you got exactly what you wanted, but now you're about to go to jail off that, or potentially could go to jail off that. I'm doubtful. But Ant pointed out that them RICO Fed charges, that's the ones that be sticking. That's when somebody is going to jail. I find it interesting that Felicity Huffman got indicted. Lori Loughlin got indicted, and her husband got indicted, but Philip Seymour Hoffman, not Philip Seymour Hoffman, forgive me, WilliamHMacy did not get indicted.
Maybe he ain't had shit to do with it, really. Like, I was on the set. I mean, I was out here making the ends.
No. When all these emails and stuff started coming out yesterday about this, he was definitely in on it.
Oh, wow.
So, or at least aware of it. And so, I keep hearing how, I always think to myself, I want my children to go to college and get a college education. But maybe this is just, the reality of it is that's some bullshit. And if they don't want college and their career path doesn't require it, then why force them to take on potentially, the debt and so forth and so on? You feel me?
Yeah, I mean, I know like the world is different for everybody. I just want my boys to go to college because it's like I want their life to be easy as possible.
Yeah. And
I know with going to college, there's no guarantee it's going to be easier, but there's a very good chance it will be easier.
Yeah.
Like, hopefully by the time, it gets their time to go, we'll have figured out some better things and we can be able to tell them, like, hey, this is the path you should go. Do what you love at all times. And just go from there. I mean, I just want, like Jay-Z said, hopefully, I can get you to find your path earlier than I found mine.
Yeah.
So.
But, yeah, that whole thing has just been like, huh. And then, like, because it's like you said, we constantly get rolled on about affirmative action and so forth and so on. It's like, either it is this is that version of affirmative action. And actually, it's probably more of them doing this shit than not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is, it'll never be looked at like that. It'll never be looked at like, hey, you guys skip steps to make it easier for your children. I mean, I guess you can look at it in a negative way and a positive way, but at the end of the day, that shit was illegal. So
the way they handle it,
yeah.
And I want to say one of the guys who was one of the agents, I don't know how the fuck, investigators was like, it's not like we're talking about donating buildings here, as if that makes it cool. But that does make it cool. If you donate to the institution and they go to school, who fucking cares? But if you just slide money to the crew coach and saying, yeah, my daughter row crew, right?
What the fuck is a crew coach?
A crew is rowing a boat.
Like
so
a row? Okay.
You see people rowing on the river sometimes?
Okay.
That's crew. So to row crew. So, yeah. And just out here.
They get Letterman jackets, like even like
yes,
Lindsay Lohan had a Letterman jacket.
It's an actual sport, and they can letter in it. Yes, it's 50 people so far have been charged in this racket. That I don't know. Wow, Operation Varsity Blues is what I guess the FBI called it.
Operation.
That's nothing. It's just such bullshit.
That's a pretty good name.
I know, but it's really disrespectful to the movie Varsity Blues.
Well, we could put whipped cream on our nipples if you want to balance it out.
Oh man, that was a good movie. I feel like that was like one of MTV's first movies. Solid Varsity Blues. Just I want to know that.
I used to have it on VHS.
Nice. Where are your tapes at right now? They still at your mom's house somewhere, or your pop's house? Where are they at?
I can find them. I probably threw them out.
Hey. But as the news wagon keeps rolling for this city of football maniacs, we about to get one of the best wideouts in the game. Well, I mean, look, he Instagrammed that shit today, so I'm gonna call that shit a done deal.
It'll be official at 4:00 today.
There you go. And Odell Beckham Jr. is going to be a Cleveland Brown, and with a real solid quarterback, and already a decent target out there in Landry. Now another target out there, and with the Ravens having fallen apart, with the Steelers having fallen apart, and who fucking knows what's going on in Cincinnati. Let's just be honest. The King of the North could be over there, and that motherfucker stayed right there. Mm-hmm. And I don't even know what to do with that. It's very exciting.
They're going for it. I mean, that's what it comes down to. I mean,
I'm glad it's about time that we went for it.
Nice.
I saved that last night.
Oops. It's been like
That's good.
24 years. We do the numbers right
24 years for what?
since we came back. Since the Browns came back.
They came back in 99, so 20.
Was it 99?
Yeah.
It was 95 for whatever reason.
Nope, they left in 95.
There you go. So 24 years since they left us. 20 years since we returned to this league, and it's just been. I think we've gone to playoffs once. Yeah. And it's just other than that, we've just been a joke in this league, and we've been treated
Even that
like
year
that.
they went to the playoffs. They barely went to the playoffs.
I mean, you know
They
that.
should have made the playoffs in 07, but they choked it.
Yeah. I'm never gonna knock somebody for barely doing it. You did it, so respect it. But you are right. And I just, yeah, bruh. Us out there competing on the gridiron every Sunday, being something good. What's his name? Jabril. That we gave up.
Yeah.
We got that good ass tackle against when we played against
Denver.
who?
Denver.
Yeah. It's like fuck, man. You got that last sack that just made. It was a good ass game.
Don't get me wrong. I'm sad that we had to give him up.
Yeah.
But you're getting like one of the top 3 receivers in like football.
In football, yeah.
And plus, we still got your draft to go.
True. So, it's an exciting time for.
Well, the rumor this morning was, and who knows, by the time this comes out, we'll know one way or the other.
Yeah.
But the rumor was John Dorsey isn't afraid. He's been telling everyone he's not afraid to trade away all of our draft picks this year.
What's the class coming in look like? Is it something that you like?
It's heavy at defensive tackle,
Okay.
but they signed the dude from the Vikings,
Sure.
so that fills that need. So now they're free to like do whatever the fuck they want.
So we've just in this instance done everything in free agency. So what's the point of the draft picks?
Well, they're going for it. So
Yeah.
like good veterans are more valuable if they're going for it
Yeah.
than a rookie who might not be good for 3-4 years if ever.
True indeed. Look, man.
I think they noticed too, like the Bengals are floundering. The Ravens lost like 6 players on defense yesterday. They got one back today. They signed Earl Thomas this afternoon.
Okay.
And then they got Mark Ingram, but they already had like 3-4 decent running backs, so I didn't even care about that signing.
Yeah.
They lost Crabtree, they lost John Brown, so they lost 2 of the receivers. Like, the Ravens are, I think, a team in transition for like a year or so.
Yeah.
The Steelers lost Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell, although I guess they didn't have Bell last year and they still did well with Connor, so that one might be a little exaggerated, but still, I feel like the North is there for the taking.
Yeah. And I get it. The NFL is a bunch of terrible owners, and that sport is kind of vicious in a way that people are getting injured all the time from. But man, I'm hopeful. Whenever good news comes to my city's way, I got to root for it. And I know the NFL is a shitty spot. That's a cool effect. Anthony over here playing Tetris, and I just saw some lightning strike and shit. Like, goddamn. And so I'm excited for this town. I'm excited for us to be competing on a level. I'm like, okay, we out here. I dig it, man. I dig. That's not my fault. I like sports. I was raised on that shit.
The difference is going to be now that the Browns have been so bad for so long that our entire motif was just like
the sad luck, hard
the
luck
underdog.
kids.
Yeah. Now, like, you go from being the hunter to being the hunted.
Yeah.
It's a different mentality.
Yeah, everybody came from here to kind of boost their record. Now they coming out here to play, and that'll be interesting to see when we get some games going here. So, goddamn, I hope everybody take care. I hope we get some new trainers and shit. Everybody keeping everybody's knees and legs right.
Man, honestly, I think at this point, I'm happy that that we're making the right moves.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it'll be consistency. Even if we don't have the greatest of seasons.
Yeah.
Don't bust everything apart.
Yeah.
So hopefully something can come from that. Like, the people who do the best are the people who try to stay consistent every year.
Yeah.
Like, keeping the same trainers, keeping the same, if not head coach, the same coaching staff.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Just try to butter churn it along, keep it moving, and see what we can do out here. And again, if we honestly just I get it. You know what I'm saying, I know we've gone from 400 to 1 odds to 14 to 1 odds of winning the Super Bowl. It's just an amazing transition already, and just on paper, you know what I'm saying. But if we just keep getting better, that's already better than what we've had for many a year here. So that's kind of dope. But I ain't gonna lie, yeah, I want that shit, bro. Always. It's like we don't got one. You know what I'm saying? We one of the few teams that like, nah, they ain't ever been to the Super Bowl. So the Super Bowl was the championship of the measure of championship, you know? And I'm like, fuck yeah, I want one of them bitches, man. Give me yeah, I want that. So I will not pretend otherwise. So that's what's going down.
Hello, this is the real ODP's dad. Want to help support your favorite podcaster's favorite podcast? Well, head on over to patreon.com/Stays Country and Milk and see what goodies we have available there in exchange for your support. Come on, help my son out, even though he's a jerk. He's a jerk. Once again, that's patreon.com/Stays Country and Milk. Come on, go ahead and do it. What do you think, you're cute or something? You think you're cute? Hey, Dad, what are you doing?
Your oldest child just turned 4.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I was about to say another number is gonna fuck me up. I was like,
Yeah.
nah.
Anthony turned 4.
Yeah.
It's time to rev up the parenting now.
I'll never forget the day that we all gathered at T's house to do a show.
Yeah.
And we all were all sitting in a circle, and like when you broke the news that you were expecting.
Oh yeah. And like on top of that, it's like I was determined to be a lifelong bachelor before, and like I didn't really want to have kids, but I met somebody pretty special, and I changed my mind. I feel like with my first son, being a parent was like it was pretty good, but like once we had 2, it felt even better. But being a parent is pretty rewarding. Like I know, I do. I'm not gonna say spoil. I'll say spoil.
I hate that turn of phrase. It's like you know what? I make sure my children have, and I like that I can make sure my children.
The
have.
thing that like just dawned on me while we've been talking about this though is the fact that like that means you've been with your partner for at least 5 years.
Oh no, 6. It'd be 6.
I know, that's why I said at least 5.
Yeah.
Which, damn, like that like it never really crossed my mind. Like I knew it like about your sons and how old they are and everything, but like I never went a step further beyond that.
Yeah. I think like this morning my son we listened to the same Winnie the Pooh story every day, and it was just like I was like, what other? Because I ordered him a Spider-Man book, and when it came through Amazon, it was missing the CD.
Oh.
So Amazon let me keep the book, which is useless now. But,
you can read the book, right?
It's not. I can't really read and drive at the same time.
No, I mean just in general, it is a book that can be read.
We have a giant Marvel storybook with that story in there.
Oh, okay.
Then he was like, I want Scooby-Doo. And I looked on Amazon. Amazon didn't have it. Then I found it on thriftbooks.com with the CD. Oh, yeah.
Tell me about that.
Thriftbooks.com is just like,
Not a sponsor.
It's not a sponsor, but it's like where you can find different. It's always been good. So I got this book. It's called Soul Provider. It's about Scoop Jackson. It's a Nike book with like up into 2000, like all the Nike basketball shoes. Mm-hmm. That book is out of print, and that book is expensive.
Yeah.
Like it's a well sought after book for sneaker collectors. And for a minute there, that bitch was up to $100+ for the book. When I got it for $20 at Fountain Sportswear.
Nice.
So I wanted the book because the binding on mine had started going bad, and I just loved that book, and I wanted another one. Found it on there for like $7, $8. Great condition.
Great condition, nice.
So like if you're ever looking for a book, and God forbid you can't find it on Amazon.
They're looking for to sponsor, up and coming little tiny podcast. You holler at me.
Yeah, and the shipping is only 99 cents for the most part.
No, that's dope.
So I do buy a fair amount of books from there. They're better on telling you the condition of the book, better than Amazon. Mm-hmm. Like Amazon will be like, oh, it's in good condition, but what's missing from this? They'll be like, well, the dust. They'll let you know exactly.
Dust jack is missing or whatever.
Yeah. they'll let you know, like, I was looking for that Scooby-Doo book. They'll be like, it was like 3 of them missing CD. Good. I know not to buy that.
Yeah.
This one had the CD. Pulled the trigger on it. But yeah, I like being able to be like, you know, my son actually asking for stuff, or the fact that he'd be like, I would like an egg fried hard, please. Or like, I'm glad I can be that type of dad that's like, I'm pretty good at cooking. I can cook whatever you ask me to cook. Like, it wasn't my idea, but T said he puts Fruity Pebbles in his waffles. I made some. Emery ate waffles like a motherfucker that day. Anthony still didn't eat many, but Emery ate a whole lot of them. It's just amazing to see the difference between the two of them, and the fact that like my youngest son is getting older, and you know, giving my oldest son guff. Like, I'll throw him on the floor and pin him, and then Emery was pinning Anthony yesterday, like 1, 2, 3. But yeah, being a father is pretty rewarding, and it's the kind that's like you have to get used to this in life, and if children are set you straight with it right away, you can't have expectations of things being rewarding. You have to find them yourself, because they're not going to tell you. They're not going to give a shit about like, hey, I appreciate this, so I'm buying this for you. You can't do that for them.
Yeah.
Like they have to figure out everything for themselves, and it'll make you better along the road, because you're gonna have a lot of that letdown if you're like, oh man, this is pretty special to me. It's like, I don't give a fuck about this. So you gotta just kind of keep that in mind. Like, when you do things, make sure you do it purely out of your heart and from what they want, and not what you want for them.
So next week the children have spring break, and I was like, all right, what I need y'all to do is get in the attic and get that shit tight. And I go, you can throw out what you want to throw out. I'm telling you right now, take a look at what you got up there, and if you want to keep it and you think it's special to you, go ahead and keep it. Maybe one day you can show it to your kids. Xander was like, I ain't have no kids. And Lily was like, I don't know if I want to keep anything. I'm like, okay, y'all really just still gonna stab at your father's heart. I didn't. Okay, again, I've repeated this. I've said this repeatedly. I am a goddamn sitcom dad. I was raised by them hoes. Sitcoms and cartoons, and sitcoms and cartoons always had a happenstance where somebody went to the attic and they found their parents' toys. Oh yeah, your mama used to play with that shit. They hey with their granddaddies, or their parents took them to the attic and they found shit that was dope. And I want that experience, but my children don't give a fuck about that experience, because they are YouTube raised as opposed to, sitcom raised. So it does not work the same way. So, but I truly hope they go up there and maybe just find some discoveries where you're like, oh shit, I remember this. This was the dopest. And or, if not, just clean my goddamn attic.
Yeah, maybe that's something you gotta you just gotta call for yourself, because like, just like I said, I bought my son a Scooby-Doo book. I tried to show his little ass Scooby-Doo a long time ago, and he was just like, man, this ain't good. I want to watch Paw Patrol. But now he loves Scooby-Doo, and he had to discover it himself. It was like nothing, like just like with anything in life. Like, it's been other times like I tried to show my partner things like, hey, this is good. They just need the second opinion from somebody else. Like,
I've been put y'all on the hot ones, but until y'all found hot ones wasn't a thing to y'all. So, that's just what it is. Like, one has to make their own life discoveries. Like, I told you about that, and that gets you nowhere. So ain't no point in telling somebody you told them about it.
Yeah, you did put us on the hot ones, but at the same time, hot ones is getting better now. When you told us about hot ones, I didn't want to know what Tony Yayo had to say about hot wings. I mean,
yeah, I definitely had to work my way back to people I don't know or care about.
It has got progressively better.
Yeah.
And also the production quality. Like, when they started, eating the wings, the music started changing, stuff like that. Yeah. The show has gotten better. So it's half your discovery, half that the show has gotten better as well.
Indeed. They like famous now. It's funny when they show up in places. I'm like, oh, look at you on Late Night with Stephen Colbert and so forth. You know what I'm saying? So I truly get that. But that, like I said, that just speaks to the point of
but you are a man who does adopted things earlier, like famously Dos Equis.
Oh, bro, I can't even drink it no more now.
Yes. Like I just remember that it was like shit almost 20 years ago. Like, hey, try this and try it real cold. And that was the beer before the most interested man in the world drank it.
Well, they ruined it for me, man. And people pronounce it in a way that it bothers me. So I say Ekis, and I know somebody else is saying Ekis. And they're like, it's the same thing, right? I'm like, it is not. You pronounced it wrong. It bothers me. Yeah, I got that beer in Mexico. Yeah, your boy went to Mexico before.
We got to get lunch in Mexico so you can have a real churro.
I've never even had it like a churro.
Yeah, if anything, just go to Mason's. They make a fine churro ice cream sandwich. But I know you know whatever. Whenever you get a cheat day.
And plus, you talking about you want to get a Costco membership.
I didn't say I wanted to. I said I was curious about the difference.
That cheese pizza make the difference right there, brother.
I never eat at the food court at Sam's Club.
Oh.
Well, I've never heard the Sam's Club got good food, but I do hear from lots of people that Costco got the banger.
Yeah, that pizza is.
Their pizza was on Good Mythical Morning, like during the pizza.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah, and it was also on the Doughboys when they did the Tournament of Champions. They Costco Pizza almost won. So
that cheese pizza bangs so hard. Like, I would get a slice of cheese pizza and their frozen yogurt parfait.
No.
Maybe $3 altogether. Like maybe $4.
Yeah.
Pushing it. And that shit is super good.
Shit, like Sam's Club the other day. I walked over, got the value pack of body wash, scanned it on my phone, paid, and walked right to the door, walked out. One item. In and out.
You violating Sam's Club whole notion. They like, we here for you to buy a store's worth of shit.
I bought in bulk.
Just one item in bulk.
There were 3 bottles in that pack.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the other day I was at Mark's. It was a giant 3-pack of the BJ's version of Dove. Mm-hmm. It was like $3.99. I still haven't used it yet, so I don't know if it's as good as Dove. And with the money back guarantee they offer, but
we gotta name it. What is the cheap version of Dove called?
What it was BJ's.
I don't want to go with Pigeon because that seems disrespectful.
I mean, what's so Dove? Well, how about quail? Because that's a classy bird. It ain't a pigeon.
No, what's the one they shoot? Start with a P. Dang it, I can't think of the name of the bird.
I don't
Pheasant.
know. A pheasant.
They be hunting pheasants.
I was thinking quail. Isn't that when Dick Cheney shot that dude with the buckshot?
Damn, was they hunting quail?
I believe so, yeah.
Damn, how you just gonna turn and pop on somebody?
And I went with quail because of Dove.
Well, there you go. Quail
Isn't quail biblical? Isn't that what they ate in the desert?
I don't know. You the only one that went to a school that would teach you that. You gotta tell us.
Who is they?
You went to
No. He said they was eating in the desert. I'm like, which day are we talking about?
Like when they were the Moses and all that were like.
Was they eating quail?
I think so. It was like manna, right?
Oh shit!
You said you talking about some biblical shit I don't know nothing about.
Yeah, quail.
I'm sorry, not biblical shit. Biblical stuff.
Yeah, you know. If everything is right in that book, you forgive
manna
it.
and quail.
That's true.
What's manna?
It's those porno mags.
Well, I've heard the turn of phrase "manna from heaven." So maybe and I always thought it was just, I don't know what I thought it was, but I didn't think it was an actual dish of sorts, and/or.
Well, it's an edible substance that God provided for the Israelites during their travels in the desert.
They literally just said God gave them some food, but not particular what kind of food it was.
Trying to figure it out.
was a substance.
It's edible substance. God threw Laffy Taffy at the Israelites.
Yeah, take some of these. They got jokes in them.
Manna is described as white and comparable to hoarfrost in color. According to the book of Exodus, manna is like a coriander seed in size, but which is white.
So they was eating quinoa?
Before
basically, bird and quinoa.
they was eating some stuffed bird, basically. Yeah. I guess respect due to
See, I knew some of that shit stuck.
all these years later.
I remember the Bible teaching me how bad women are.
No! Man.
I think that same book, as a matter of fact, in Exodus. Maybe you just know a lot about Exodus.
That was one of the earlier ones that we learned about. But I learned all about the Whore of Babylon and Eve eating the apple and Women not following instructions, turn around getting turned to stone.
What about Steve eating apple? Come on,
The
guys.
church really did hate women, doesn't it? Or, I mean, I guess
because they were property.
I mean, most made up books hate women. Like all the Disney shit. All the mothers died.
It's always a woman in distress. Up until recently, we have like what, Brave and Frozen. And shit.
My friend AJ.
Although I guess from Frozen she was kind of like in distress, but she kind of pulled herself out.
My friend AJ, who recently had a baby, had a daughter, was like, Brave is one of the ones that she's like ain't ever getting seen in her house.
Oh,
she
wow.
said Merida poisoned her mother, and I see she goes, I ain't giving my kid no idea.
I've never seen Brave. I've never seen Tangled.
Tangled is really good. One of the better Disney movies. I truly respect it. I was watching Captain Marvel the other day, and they had a preview for Frozen 2, but the music they was playing in Frozen 2 was definitely the music from Moana. And I was like, are they about to bring the Disney worlds together in some way, shape, or form? Because Elsa was trapped on an island in that trailer, trapped somewhere where she was trying to get off some water. So I was like, if they're going to bring this together, this could be amazing.
I recently saw like a Disney battle Queen of the Sea kind of thing of like Moana versus Ariel. And they were talking about how like Moana selflessly left her home to go save everybody, and Ariel just like left her home for some
dicks. Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, when I seen that the one preview for the new Frozen movie, I was like, "Not this chick Frozen now? Come on now."
I mean, she always was.
Oh,
that's literally her juice. You know what I'm saying? She got the power.
The crossover don't never cross over with us, man. Frozen can't get his own movie.
Oh my God. Nick Fury is a delight. SamuelLJackson also a delight. He just had an interview where he was like, they basically like, you one of the more outspoken celebrities out here. A lot of people, they try to watch their mouth so they don't hurt nobody's feelings or whatever. He goes, nah, man, they was all talking crazy shit about Obama back in the day. Now it's my turn. And fuck that dude. And I was like, Sam Jackson was, I believe, 70 years old. So he also he hit that point in his life. He's just like, I can just be old and go ahead and let you know what's up.
Yeah.
And I kind of appreciate him for that.
It was an interview with I was listening to with Dag, and he was saying how like before Sam Jackson got big, they was all like, oh man, we feel sorry for Sam. He always in a movie and getting cut out.
Yeah.
And now he's like the highest grossing actor, the highest grossing actor of all time.
Yeah. Like his movies combined have made more money than like any other actor. It's like, it's kind of ridiculous how dope Sam Jackson is, man.
I really enjoyed the movie. Like I was saying before, I feel like Captain Marvel, especially the parts with Nick Fury and Captain Marvel, is like a flat out.
It's a buddy cop.
Yeah, 48 hours type movie.
Once you said that, it just kind of like cracked in my head. I was like, that's why the movie is just, it's the kind of movie we grew up with. You know what I'm saying? We grew up with buddy cop movies.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what that is. And that's really, really a fun way to watch that movie. Also, it did amazingly well, so no worries.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it a lot. I like the shit that took me out of my head at first. It was kind of petty. I was like, why ain't her hair up? She got one of them scrolls gonna grab her hair and knock her ass out, but it didn't happen.
Also, I never realized the scrolls. Well, never mind. I don't want to say nothing about them. I just whatever. Lots of things about the scrolls I was unaware of, and I was like, ooh, let me go research this a little further. So I'm gonna get my comic research popping off just based on this movie because I don't know, I very much enjoyed it, and I'm so thirsty for fucking Endgame.
Yeah, like those after credit scenes were pretty. The first one was pretty incredible. Yeah. The second one,
the mid credit one, and the second one was hilarious. Look, the only reason I like that is because that cat is a good deal of the movie real.
Yeah.
But when they CG that cat, it's like, one, it's difficult to tell that CG. And getting that right there down, you've seen a cat hack up a hairball. I know you are a cat man. You definitely have seen a cat hack up a hairball. To get the mannerisms of that down pat like they did.
Shit, now I know the cat hacks up a hairball in the movie. Thanks, T. I don't even need to go see it anymore.
Yeah. Actually, that is literally not what happens. But
Thanks, T. Now I know the cat doesn't hack up a hairball.
Doesn't hack up a hairball. You want that one. So I'm juiced, man. I'm like, how many of the Guardians made it out alive? Did they kill all the Guardians off? Or was it just Rocket Raccoon at the end of
I don't remember. I
think
it.
Rocket and Groot.
Nah, Groot disappeared. Yeah.
So it's just Rocket then.
Yeah, I think so. Man, that's wild.
Yeah, because Gamora got
murdered.
She got killed for reals. But
yeah, because wasn't Iron Man the only one left on the planet?
Yeah.
I feel like everything gonna be all right because I think one of Captain Marvel's powers is she can turn back time. So
I've been hearing this, and I'm like, if she has that power, she didn't even know it. I mean, I wonder, does she know it yet?
she doesn't. But maybe that's what happens
In the movie, that's the whole
in between.
point.
We don't know.
She discovers that she can manipulate time. That'd be dope.
And I'm sure Nebula's going to use the one of the stones to turn back time. So that's not really a spoiler. That's just a hypothesis.
That's us theorizing. But like I was watching Kind of Funny review it, and they were like talking about that mid credit scene, and I was like, yeah, that really was an unexpected, turn on that. So I was like, okay.
She seemed pissed too. She was like, "Why y'all keep on paging me? What's going on?"
So,
Where's Nick?
Us come out next week.
It's the 20-something. So
I think I'm gonna go see that in Boston, which will be fun because we saw what's the other one? What's the one joint?
Get Out.
Get Out in Boston as well. So I think it'd be nice to see with that particular crowd, because that was a movie I was glad to have seen in the theater.
That's pretty nice. Is it a black part of town in Boston anywhere? I'm sure it is. That's what Bobby Brown probably gonna go watch it at.
For sure. But I'm always over there in like the little downtown college section. That's where that's where my hotel is at, and that's at the AMC Lowe's, whatever the hell it is. That's where we see all our movies in Boston at. Or we have seen a couple movies at the Bratto, which is their art house theater, which is up there by Harvard, and that's also a delight. That's a cool theater because it's kind of like the Capitol Theater. It's got an actual stage,
and plus that's where Natalie Portman used to be drinking 40s in the last row.
How did she get in school? Did she buy her way in school too, man?
I don't know. She might have.
I don't trust none of these motherfuckers.
Yeah, not that you say that. Like it is like a list of celebrities. Like, oh no, I went to Cambridge or something like that. It's like, yeah, you had enough money to pay your way in.
Again, like I said, now I'm like, did you?
Yeah, that fuck up the whole game now. Like a lot of celebrities are gonna have to say, no, I didn't pay my way in. Now they're gonna have to say it.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess prove it. So,
yeah.
I guess this is the last season of Fuller House coming up anyway, so no harm, no foul,
Why is it the last season?
That's what they decided. They decided this is the last one, so they're not trying to do it like I guess the old school where it's just keep going until you gotta cancel that bitch.
So I guess with Candace Cameron having all that tuna fish money, she can just stop.
Tuna fish money. Does she work for the people at a stockist?
Yeah, she has a commercial out.
Oh, wow.
All that tuna fish money.
All that tuna fish money is certainly your episode title. It's too good a title to me to give up. And I very much enjoy it. Oh, okay. So randomly, your boy is done with work for the day, so he gets to leave here after this and go out to the good folk at Bedford to get his turntable. Y'all know I listen to music on vinyl, and I got to give a shout out to the Vinyl Groove in Bedford for having my turntable done the same day I took it to him, even though he told me it's gonna be done like so many days later, and he just got to a good place and then repaired my shit, and I'm very excited. Also, guess what you can't do with turntables? Probably hand repair them bitches yourself. I think I said this on another show. I'm just gonna repeat it. Don't do that.
But you have fun playing your Fisher Price record player, though.
I have. It has been a delight to spend some of that. Actually, sounds better than you think it than in person than I think you do. I was talking to Zayda. I was like, man, I wonder if we could replace the speaker. But then I was like, because that's definitely a paper tone speaker from back, like clock radio speaker for sure.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I don't even know if the record player itself has the electrical drive to drive a new school speaker.
It probably doesn't.
Yeah. So we just ride out with the comb and keep it going.
Have you been there before? Okay, sorry about that.
I think I have. It's a little Italian restaurant, right?
Yeah, it's just famous. Well, Guy Fieri famous place that a little piece of place called Geraci's, and that's where some of the Browns GMs went last night. And what's the Giants GMs too?
It says we can neither confirm or deny the following. Mr. Dorsey had the Giants GM on speaker. The waitress approached the table and asked, "Would you like an appetizer? Could I interest you in peppers?" And the Giants GM said, "Sure, peppers, the 17th pick and a third rounder." But there's a picture of Dorsey there at the restaurant with somebody next to him.
If you're a fan of pizza and you in Cleveland, check that place out at least once. I know it's another location now, but I fucked up. Last time I went there, I did not get pizza. I got veggie lasagna.
There you go. Okay, so what we've advertised today? What's the name of the book spot?
Thriftbooks.com.
Thriftbooks.com. The Vinyl Groove out there in Bedford. And the name of this piece spot, I'm sorry, what is it?
Geraces.
Geraces.
I guess the alternate title is We Can't Be Bought.
The Dope Boys Can't Be Bought. I ain't say shit about Scratchy and Milk. We can have a discussion for certain.
And if I'm gonna say fuck a company,
you know what I'm saying?
not fuck, but disappointed. Like did they give me that button? Oh, well, maybe. So I was at Zazzle.com, and I made some buttons with the. I'm already doing Mother's Day. I made some Mother's Day cards, and I made some Mother's Day buttons, and I downloaded. It's this cover of Wolverine that I love so much, with the Hulk and Wolverine both in tuxes. And I think I got away with putting that picture on the button. If that bitch arrive, I'm gonna come in my pants when I get home. Oh
yeah, because sometimes it's a trademark shit or whatever.
They won't do it.
Copywritten material, they be like, I can't do that, bruh.
So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. So Zazzle, you get a 3.5.
If the cookie game was the beach show. Oh, I found them damn chips. We was not gonna do a show on them chips. Fuck that noise.
Which I love the new sparkly bag. Like, it's here.
So I had literally one chip from each bag because I'm not gonna fuck up no chips. I believe it was called. It had a very specific name. It's not zesty lime. They called that shit something else.
Flaming hot.
The lime. So it was something lime, salt, the wavy lays, and I bit that bitch. It was like, that is sweet. It almost tastes like key lime pie in a potato chip form. That is gross to me. I had the beer cheese one and could taste the beer so clearly. I was like, this is gross. So those chips do nothing for your boy. But if that sounds interesting to you, have that. Yeah. Xander said the beer cheese tastes like pizza in his palate. So
your son love him to death, but he has such a particular. I can't wait to see what he eats when he's in his 30s.
You're like, he's trying to get around the Brussels sprouts, did you?
Yeah, but like, what we used to call not Mr. Belvedere, guys. We used to call Ching Ching Seth.
Mr.
Begin with a B. Mr. Bentley.
Word life.
He still eats like a child because he only ate, when we used to go to lunch with him, he only ate chicken fingers and burgers with just cheese on it.
Yeah. Forgot about that.
Yeah. And he used to get mad when we went to other places like, I don't like their menu because it's not plain enough for me. I'm sorry there's not a McDonald's downtown anymore.
Yeah, he definitely would have. I gotta check in on his ass. Hey, now you heard from him in a little bit, so I will make it a point to do that.
I'm sure you enjoyed this shout out. We miss you, Mr. Bentley, at least a little bit.
He texted me about the trade last night.
Oh, there you go.
Of course.
So it's good. Well, there you go. That's perfect. I know he is well, or at least cared about football.
Yeah, because just like in this town, Cleveland Browns Daily is probably like fucking coming in their pants too today. I can't stand our radio stations.
Oh yeah. Well, hey. I mean, that's huge news. Right?
It is.
That's like, that makes national news and shit.
We're gonna have so many women at the games now.
I wish we would have beat Philly last night. That would have been dope, man. We was close to. Like we beat. I know. But we
can't beat too many teams.
Shut the podcast down. I gotta get back to work. I can't listen to this nonsense.
We put such a spank on the Raptors the other night. I was like, y'all feeling it good, ain't y'all? Tell Cleveland, y'all got something.
They only played with like half the team last night.
I don't give a fuck.
They keep on doing that.
We can do something.
When's the last time Kevin Love played?
The night before.
Yeah, he been back.
He played against the Raptors.
I don't know. I haven't been watching it all.
Anyway, that's Tatum 216.
I haven't either, but I know he played.
That's Lunchbox 2099999. I am the NS Table 713. You have just been podcast 2, and I know you loved it.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Hey, what happened to you? You used to be beautiful.